Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are doing the very first episode of Las Vegas Comps, the real estate edition. And let's go ahead and say hello. This is Danny Phee with Keller Williams Realty Las Vegas. We're starting this brand new series here on YouTube and Facebook. If you comment and address, we're going to be able to go ahead and start comping that property live for you. Going to try to do this for 21 days in a row to create a habit. And today we're going to look at the 89138 zip code here in Las Vegas. We're going to try to find out what's going on with the prices in Las Vegas, right? You know, at the beginning of 2022, we saw prices starting to rise at a euphoric level. They were going up quickly. They were going up fast. You could literally buy a house in January and turn around and sell it the next day for 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 profit, depending on the price range. And then all of a sudden, the interest rates crept up to the 7% mark, and we saw prices in July start to come down. Okay. And now we want to see what's going on with the real estate prices here in Las Vegas, because Las Vegas, unlike the rest of the country, was one of the first that got affected. Okay. So, welcome to Las Vegas Comps Real Estate Edition. This isn't like the comps in the casino where you get free restaurant visits and free meals and free shows. And sometimes you can get comps, you know, with casino chips to go ahead and play on the blackjack table and the roulette table. No, these Las Vegas comps, this is the real estate edition. We're going to be looking at the prices of the properties all around Las Vegas and in various zip codes. And so let's go ahead and dive right into it. We're going to be doing 89138 today. I wanted to share these slides with you. What homes are selling in 89138 Las Vegas? Where is it? Today is February 1st, 2023, just to give you an idea of what the prices are at right now. And where is 89138 on the map? Well, it's on the west side of Las Vegas. As you can see here, this is what's called Summerlin West. Summerlin is a master plan community, and it's divided into little villages, right? So, you know, one of the villages is Red Point. One of them is the Vistas. One of them is Reverence. And you can see here, those are the villages that make up Summerlin West. Okay, Reverence, the Vistas, Red Point, Stonebridge, Kestrel, and the Paseos. And something really cool that's going to be happening here in Summerlin West is what's called the urban core, I believe. It's going to be like downtown Summerlin, maybe not as big, but it's going to be shopping and restaurants and you know, a place for people to gather here on the west side of the 215. So look out for that. Some quick facts about 89138. These homes were mostly built between 2000 and 2010, but there is a lot of new construction here. Okay. And if you want to see the new homes that are being built, make sure you take a look at the link in the caption section. We have a website that is strictly dedicated to new home construction. And today we're going to be mostly looking at resale homes and what's going on with the pricing there. Some appraisal rules that we need to follow. This is what helps us determine prices. At no time more than now has it ever been so important to price your home correctly. It's always important to price your home correctly if you're thinking about selling your home. But right now more than ever, because we are in a market that's shifting in a downward trend as far as prices go, learning how to price your home if you actually want to sell it is one of the most important things. And the crazy thing is, a lot of real estate agents that are currently active in the market have never really experienced a shift. So they may not be giving you the best advice. All it takes is reading a couple of books about how to price a home properly in a downward trending market, or just subscribing to this channel and listening to me tell you the proper way to price a home. And it's not going to be me telling you, it's going to be the numbers here that are telling you, right? Like the numbers are going to tell the story as to why things are selling and why others are staying active, being withdrawn, or expiring, right? Some appraisal rules. We want to stay in the same subdivision. Each one of those villages are actually broken up into tinier subdivisions here in Summerlin West in the 89138 zip code. So you want to pay attention to the same subdivision. We don't want to look at anything that is plus or minus more than 200 square feet of the subject property. It has to be the same property type, meaning if it's a 2-story, we only want to look at 2 stories. If it's a 1-story, we only want to look at 1-story properties. Very important. These are the ways that appraisers that you would pay $700 for look at properties. If you're buying a home and you need a loan, you're going to be paying for an appraisal, $600-700. These are some of the criteria that they use as guidelines to help determine the value of the home that they're appraising. Okay. And so do not cross any major roads. Like a freeway or just a busy street. You want to stay, within the geographical area of the subject property without crossing any major roads. We want to keep it within 10 years of construction. Luckily, 89138 is mostly the last 20 years. Try to keep it within 10 years of construction, though. The Vistas Village is older than the Paseos. The Paseos Village is older than Stonebridge. Paseos is older than Red Point, which is currently under construction. A lot of new homes being built there over the last 2-3 years, still under construction, still actively building. Kestrel, the most new of the villages. And then you got Reverence over there as well. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but we want to stay within the 10 years of construction. It's better to time travel than to go outside of the subdivision. So since we've had this shift for the last 6 months, since July and June, we started seeing prices start to go down instead of going up like they were for the first half of 2022. We want to time travel as opposed to going outside of the subdivision. Okay. So what that means is right now we're really only looking the last 30 to 90 days at what is happening in a subdivision to determine what price a homeowner might want to list their home at. But instead of going outside of the subdivision, if we're not finding enough comps, we actually want to go further back. So 3 to 6 months, 6 to 12 months. You'll see prices are higher back then though. But typical rule of thumb is better to time travel than to go outside of the subdivision. And then some adjustments, only compare a home within 2,500 square feet when it comes to lot size. So bigger lot sizes usually get larger prices, higher prices, right? So if that lot size is more than 2,500 square feet of the subject property, we definitely want to not include that in the comps, okay? Some other adjustments, if there's an extra bedroom, plus or minus 10,000 to 25,000 $25,000. So like a 3-bedroom versus a 4-bedroom. Same thing with bathrooms, plus or minus $10,000. Pool plus or minus $10,000 to $20,000, maybe even a little bit more here in Las Vegas because pools are so desirable. And they're really expensive to put in right now as well. Same thing with an extra garage, 2-car garage versus a 3-car garage, plus or minus $10,000, and a carport, plus or minus $5,000. Okay, so those are some appraisal rules. Only give 50% of the square footage, the dollar to square foot value on a basement or a guest house. So that additional living area, we're really only giving 50%. If a home is $300 per square foot and we see additional living area for a basement or for a guest house, like an extra 400 square feet, for those 400 square feet, we probably only want to give $150 per square foot as far as value when determining the price. When it comes to traffic and commercial buildings being close by, this is huge. I have 2 listings right now that we just sold or they're under contract that have this, and we had to price it accordingly. One of them is backing to a commercial building, 700,000, 800,000, really should have sold from around 800. But because it was backing to an apartment complex, which was a newer apartment complex, upscale apartment complex, doesn't matter. It was still backing to an apartment complex, we had to adjust our price for that. Okay. So backing to it, minus 15% was around what we needed to do to get that thing under contract. And we did. And that was the number one, deterrent from getting offers from people who were looking at the property with their agents and just not putting in an offer. Well, why? Well, because it was backing to an apartment complex. Another one of our listings is fronting, and this one's around 500,000, but we had to take off like a little more than $15,000, but it was fronting to a very busy street. Okay, traffic, guys, those types of things affect the price of a home, right? So if your home is backing to a commercial building or siding or fronting, busy streets in the back and the front, those things affect the value of the home, because buyers go in and they look at the property, and there might be one deeper in the neighborhood that's the exact same home. They're not willing to pay as much for that home that's backing or siding or fronting a commercial building or a street that has a lot of traffic. So keep that in mind when we're pricing things. So what's selling in 89138 right now? We have 184 homes active for sale. 59, though, are currently under contract. If we would have looked at this in December, I bet you would have been a lot less under contract. As the new year came along, we started to see more homes going under contract. Interest rates have come down a little bit. That could be one of the reasons why. And in the last 30 days, 29 homes have sold and closed in 89138 here in the west part of Las Vegas, in Summerlin West, in the 89138 zip code. So that means for this zip code, the absorption rate is 1.8 months. That's crazy. For the rest of the city, it's 4 months. And we have a market report coming out in a couple of days. So like I said, we're going to go through that in a couple of days. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications if you're interested in things that are happening in Las Vegas. We're doing videos about the new homes. We're doing new home model tours. We're doing highlights and spotlights on local businesses, and there's a lot of great stuff happening here in Las Vegas. So you're gonna get more news and updates about what's happening in and around Las Vegas, other than just these market reports. But 1.8 months. So if we stopped listing homes collectively in 89138, we would run out of homes to sell in less than 2 months, while the rest of the city is around 4 months. So this is a hot zip code. This is a very desirable area, but the average days on market over the last 30 days is 46. So from the time a person lists their home to the time they get it sold and under contract, you're looking at 46 days. Okay. And the list price to sales price ratio is 97%. That means if someone lists their home for $1 million in 89138, which is a pretty common price range, they're selling it for $970,000. Okay, so that's 97% list price to sales price ratio. So let's go ahead and do some comps. I'm gonna see if we got this going in. If we're going live right now real quick, but I want to run some comps real quick just to see what's happening. But I'm trying to, for the first time, see if I can share this on my timeline, and maybe I'll just do it later because you guys are here hanging out with me. Let's go ahead and just dive into some of the comps. So I'm going to present here on the MLS. I'll probably do it on 3 Keys Real Estate tomorrow if I can figure that out. 3keysrealestate.com. That's where you can go. But right now, we're going to look. There's 273 properties in this area that are either active, coming soon, under contract, or sold. You can see down here, or maybe it's getting cut off. There's 273. Okay, but let's look at what's active. Okay, and when I say we have to stay in the same subdivision, what I mean is these little areas are broken into smaller, like gated communities. So you really have to stay within those gated communities. And let's go ahead and see what's happening. Let's go ahead and see what's happening over here. So 375, 419. I want to find something that has some red, orange, and green. See if we can find some really good comps here. So this right here is split into 3 villages. Over here to the left, we've got Stonebridge. In the middle here, we've got the Paseos, and over here to the right, we've got the Vistas. Let's stay within the Vistas here, and let's look at this property right here. 11547 Trevi Fountain. So if we take a look at the photos, it's a beautiful property. Look at that. Those sunsets in Las Vegas are amazing. Now, I'm not sure if they photoshopped that in. They probably did, because I've done that before, and I know what those skylines look like. But look, the inside of this home is beautiful. It's updated. It's gorgeous. It's got like an amazing primary bathroom right there. Look at that. The tile work, the primary bedroom, just absolutely gorgeous, really, if you think about it. But like, let's take a look a little bit deeper. So I want to put it on a view that is okay. Client full. Yeah, I can share this with you guys. So list price $1.8 million. And I want to see how many days it's been on the market. It's kind of tough for me to see. Maybe I can go right here. Yeah. Trevi Fountain. If we look at that one, it's only been on the market 6 days. Okay. We got this one right here. $352 per square foot. It's 5,100 square feet. So I don't know if we're going to be able to find anything that's 5,100 square feet, but let's go ahead and just filter this to see if we can. That is actually the largest listing, so it's probably not a good one to comp. Let's look at this one that's been on the market 127 days, because that one over here, Harris Summit Avenue, it was listed at $1,897,000, and they just dropped the price around $50,000 on January 27th, so recently. But it's listed at $1,849,000. This one is 4,723 square feet. Let's look at the photos of this one. So it's got, a modern look to the front there with that new garage, and modern, upgraded, beautiful interiors with this particular property as well. A nice big soaking tub there. I mean, backsplash from the title. And you really, when you're comping properties like this, more luxury properties, you have to pay attention to the finishes. You can see here that underlit, floating sink, huge window right there, and just giving you that modern design and modern look and feel. Got a nice office, but just keep in mind that's virtually staged. So that den is not how it's designed on the inside. It's just the walls and the flooring there. But still, extended cabinets in the kitchen here all the way down. And you really want to pay attention to looking at that when you're looking at these particular properties, because it's going to be really telling as far as why that one went under contract and why that one didn't. This one seems to have all the bells and whistles. So if you noticed, when we were looking at this particular property, there was another one that was under contract there on 195 Carmel Sky. Now, that one is the same exact model, 4723 square feet, 5 bedrooms, 6 bathrooms, 3 garages, no pool. Neither of them have a pool. So this is literally, you know, a comparable property. Okay. And if we look at that one, it's under contract, but there's a huge price difference. You got one at 1,849,000, and you have another one that was at 1,499,000. Okay. Let's look at these two and try to see if we can see any differences to justify a $350,000 difference. Okay. So see if I can refine that to where we just have those two. Look at the map, look at an overhead view. So the one that is 1,849,000 is backing, it looks like, to a ravine instead of, like, there's a little space there in between the home sites on the other side. It's not directly backing up to another property. Whereas this one that just went under contract is. And you know what? One of the things we have to note with these two is these are two brand new homes. Okay, it looks like Carmel Cliffs, which is a brand new home community, but they're going to have different finishes and upgrades. Let's take a look at the pictures for this one. So this one's under contract. I don't think this one's ever been lived in. Not as appealing of photos, if we're going to be honest here. So we have to give credit to that when it comes to pricing, but really similar finishes on the photo on this one. But this is a new construction home. It's probably a quick delivery property. Whereas the other one, let's see if anyone else has lived in that one before. See who the owner is of this one. So this is someone who purchased this home, and they have completed it, but a lot of them are virtually staged, and they haven't done anything with the backyard. Okay. So someone else owns this home. They bought it from the builder, and now they're trying to sell it for $350,000 more than the actual builder is selling the same model right here for 1.5. I think that this person is going to have a tough time selling that house at that price, but we'll keep our eye on it. Okay. Let's see. Was there a difference in the garage upgrade? Let's see. Yeah. I'm sure there's some unique finishes to this other house if we were to dive even deeper into it. But wow, $350,000, that is quite a big difference. I'm just curious, like, what did they buy this one for? Okay, so here's the reason why. They purchased this property for $1,839,000. And so they're literally trying to sell it for $10,000 more than they bought it for. They will be taking a loss on this property. And you have the builder now selling this one for $350,000 less. That's what's going on right now in 89138 in this new home community. Let's see if we take a look at something in more of an average price range. So the average size of a home selling in this zip code is 2,200 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, and a 2-car garage. So let's go ahead and see if we can narrow that down on the criteria here. We want a living area of 2,000 square feet to 2,500 square feet. And let's look at single families, and we'll look at 2 stories only. All right. So let's go to the map now and see what we've got. We want to stay in the same subdivision. And you can see the ones under contract in this price are being built by, this is all new construction up here like we talked about. That's Red Point. That's that village. But let's look, like we don't have anything under contract in this price range at all. We have some recent sales though. Let's go ahead and try to stay in the same subdivision. But there's no other orange right now. And let's go ahead and look in this. This is my subdivision. I actually own a property here. So I always like watching what's going on in this neighborhood over here. And you guys need to do a video? We're live right now. Yeah, that's okay though. You want to check it out?
It's good. What are you doing?
We're comping. We're comping live right now. Okay, so the owner of the office just walked in. There's another real estate agent. It looks like going to be starting here soon. But let's look at what happened over here. So we have a property that's 2,150 square feet, and it closed on January 9th, 2023. It was on the market 88 days. What else can we see? There's no pool. And it sold for $654,000. Yeesh. So that's the property right there. Just a vacant property. Backing, no particular views. And $654,000. But if we look at everything that's priced, that one sold for $318 a square foot. And the only one that is priced less than that is one that's 2,378 square feet, and that's priced at $735,000. But these aren't selling right now. This is on Verona Mesa. Looks really nice inside. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, because I've watched this community, this home right here, last January sold for $915,000. Okay. So it has come down. What is that? It's listed at 735. No, now it's listed at 699. And it's been on the market 118 days. And this property literally sold January. If I change the criteria here to sold for 300 and let's do 400 days. Not too many have sold with that criteria in 400 days, but you can see here, look at this one. This one sold on Astillero. It's a 20, how big is that? Let's take a look at it. This one's 2,324 square feet. This property sold for $900,000 last year. And it was originally priced at $875. And it sold for $25,000 more. And this was in March 2022. And right now, if we adjust that criteria back to the last, let's say 90 days. Now let's look at the results on the map. You have only one sold in the neighborhood for $654,000, a 2,100 square foot house. And you've got the 2,300 square feet properties. Priced at $735. No, $699, $794. Another one priced at $834. They're not selling. Just imagine that. Imagine you purchased a property for $900,000 and now it's not selling for $699. That's a $200,000 difference. So prices have come down over the last year. We'll keep our eye on that neighborhood. We're running out of time, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to go over 30 minutes. We're at 29:51. I'll definitely get more efficient in the future. We'll do a different zip code next time, hopefully tomorrow. And we're just going to go all around Las Vegas and start looking at comps and pricing what happened over the last year. So if you're thinking about selling your home right now, check the caption section on YouTube and on Facebook. There's a place where you can go in and enter your address. I will receive it, or my brother, he's on my team, Jordan, will receive that inquiry, and we can comp your property just like this, but we'll do it on either a Zoom where it's just you and I. We won't be putting it on YouTube unless you guys start to comment. It looks like we did have one comment. Mario, what's up, Mario? Thanks for the comment over there on Facebook. He's a lender, guys. Mario Escobedo, if you're looking for a loan, since you commented, you're getting love, brother. This dude's amazing. I've worked with him before. He's on point. He closes on time, and he gets you the right information. Check him out if you're thinking about buying a home. If you are thinking about buying a home, look, that is very telling what we just looked at of what has happened with prices over the last 6 to 12 months. We looked at only two properties, and we see a dramatic decrease in pricing over the last few months. Where's the bottom? As a buyer, you might think, well, I don't want to buy a house and then it continues to go down. Only buy it if you can afford it. But, you might just be waiting around and, thinking you're going to catch the bottom, and it just never happens. And then all of a sudden, these prices start to take off again. I still think we probably have a little bit of ways to go, but if you can afford a property, right now is a great time to be able to negotiate with these sellers and get a good deal and get those sellers to pay down closing costs. Because as you can see there, some things just weren't closing, right? Let's see if I could figure this out. Remove. Yeah. Some things just are not closing. They're not going under contract in certain parts of this 89138 area. And this was one of the areas where we saw prices go up the most because it is one of the most desirable areas. You've got Billy Vasiliadis Elementary School there, which is the top rated public elementary school. You got a lot of good schools around here, a lot of nice new construction. But you're competing with the sellers in this area and all over Vegas, quite frankly. It could be a great time for you to negotiate a great deal when you're buying. And sellers, listen, you got to let bygones be bygones. If you're wanting to sell right now and you didn't sell a year ago, listen, we missed the boat. That's fine. I looked at I could have sold my house. It's for me to look at that. Like, I'm with you. Like $250,000 is evaporated over the last year. But I feel like the bottom, if we're not there now, is coming soon. And so just if you don't plan on selling, not a big deal. But if you do plan on selling, you got to be realistic about your prices. You can't be looking at what your neighbor sold their home for 6 months ago or even a year ago. That's not what it's going to take to get your property sold. If you want to know what a good price would be, like if you really need to sell your house and you're truly motivated and there's been a life event that has caused you to need to sell your home, you need to get good advice from an agent who's looking at numbers like this every day, because they're going to be the ones who can give you the value, the advice that you need to actually get your home sold. And right now, more than ever, pricing is one of the number one components to successfully selling your home. And, without leaving too much on the table, I put 3 properties under contract over the last couple of weeks. 2 of them were listings. One of them above 500,000, one of them right around 500,000. And I know what it takes to get them under contract and sold. Okay. I've been doing this over 8 years. I've helped over 300 families and individuals get their properties either bought, sold, or rented out. And I'm confident that I can help you. So go to 3keysrealestate.com, click the What's My Home Worth tab, enter your address. We'll do a one-on-one where I go through and help you price out your property. And if you decide to work with me after that, great. If not, I'm glad that I could help you out and getting some good advice. If you have any other questions about selling real estate in Las Vegas, or if you're a buyer and you're feeling like you want to pick something up for an investment, I'm happy to help you with that too. We're going to see you on the next video. I think tomorrow we'll do 89135. We're just going to go all around the west side, and we're going to hit every zip code in Las Vegas in February. There's 24 zip codes. going to get 24 of them done. You're going to see what's going on in all of the different areas of Las Vegas. And I'm happy to help you. Danny Phee, Keller Williams Realty Las Vegas. I'm going to go get the kiddos right now. We're going to go eat some hamburgers at home. And I hope that you guys have an amazing night. We'll see you on the next video.